And then there were 2. Now we're going to check out the latest GBB final. GBB25 Grand Final. The names we have: Wing and PACMAX. Not that this needs to be said, but I personally think that these 2 are long deserved to be in this position. You know, I couldn't say that about Blackroll. Sorry, but that's like, he's newer, and Wing was in a GBB many years ago, but had to go to the army. I think Wing's been a heads and shoulders above most of the beatbox world for many years, and he displays the qualities to be in this position. PACMAX is someone I've predicted to be in this position, so we've got a heavy clash right now. I am a judge of this, so I will explain to you my rationale in my decision. You might or might not know what my decision was. You may or may not know who actually wins this. You probably know, but if you don't, buckle in. I will talk to you. This one might be a little bit longer, maybe, because it's a final. It's new. It's different now. The game is different when you reach a final. It's a different context. I'll let you know my thought process. I'll let you know everything I can. I'll let you know how it sounds in video versus the live. I'll try my best to remember things. The original link is in the description. Swiss Beatbox. Thank you so much. Cheers once more for another edition. Please go and show that video support, because it's the original authentic one. I'm just a rambling Brit. Let's get into it. Bang.
Now's the
Okay.
If you're gonna make noise, now's the time to do it. Tokyo, are you ready? Right here, live and direct, GBB25, the solo
I'm
division.
particularly inspired by PACMAX's energy right now. That's because it's all on the line for Wing, and PACMAX genuinely is in the vibes right now. That's where I've wanted to be for many years with beatbox battling. It's just, you can turn up for vibes. Doesn't matter. You're just enjoying what you're doing. I like that. Anyway, this is serious.
It all comes down to this. We started with 16, then to 8, then to 4, now to 2. We have PACMAX versus Wing. PACMAX won the coin toss, chose Wing to go first. We're about to go and find out who the champion is. Tokyo, I say the set, you say the Dlow and the Hana. In, set!
Amazing control.
Let's go.
Meticulous positioning for the percussion.
Switch.
Clean. That is sick.
Stalking a stranger's face, venom. Hold on. I keep fucking in the piece of left and when I face it.
Okay. Round 1, I'm focusing. I'm going to chat. Let's talk. So, off the bat, this is classic Wing behavior. That's what you like to see for a lot part of this. You don't want to see someone do something they're not. He is being authentic again. These little inflections. These so sick. And then in that crazy. And when he talks with throat bass, that's so crazy. I have to admit, I think Wing could have, I don't want to say the, but one of the best throat basses and that's the end of the sentence. Just this sound effect. He's just so fantastic at it. He's doing it very high up. It's like a bit choked. It's closer to the tonsils in the back of in the vocal cords than lower to where I or others do it. Right, it's very sick, and he's also great in the slightly lower notes than traditional. So that is sick there. Okay, so one of the drops is it's like and then he goes now he's going in and out of vibration and throat bass while the throat bass is hitting. He is okay. The vibration bass for most beatboxers is a very tricky sound to do perfectly on the microphone. In fact, it's a stressful sound, just like this one. Vibration bass and inward bass are two of the bass textures that you can't rely on, unfortunately. Wing can't get the vibration out this time as good as he has done in the earlier stages. And that is a many set of factors. It's fatigue, it's nerves, and it's something to do with your throat anatomy that you can't control. So we can forgive Wing in a sense there. But I can admit that it stood out as slightly rash. It was not coming out clean, the vibration bass. So occasionally he's doing it in this round. For the ones that know it, you don't need to hear the explanation. But for the ones that don't know all the differences, it's sometimes he's doing it. Like sometimes we're hearing it. Okay, so this he places the drums in a really pleasing way. He is enforcing a great control. I've said this already, but I have to keep saying it. He is like telling us how the beat has to be, and he's showing me the placements, and I believe the placements more than anyone else doing it. I think Wing, he composes it with a very big amount of confidence, which I love. He's doing a good job. When he did this drop, I will say the elo of this, the skill of this is quite low, but that's not, it's not like Wing doesn't know that. Like, if I said, Wing, this is not the most skillful beat, he obviously knows that. Wing, if you're watching, we both know that you know that. But that's your choice. That's his choice. He doesn't want to overcomplicate. That's his artistry. And I love it. And I really hate to be in that judge position, but I have to tell you, unfortunately, as a judge, I try to be extremely open-minded, and I like to cover all lanes and be extremely versatile and with a well-rounded answer. Clean, authentic, not very skillful, and subject to be countered, and somewhat common and easy. But the texture, the pronunciation of his mouth is a thing that's making it sound like Wing, which I really like. So it's like a 1,500 elo beat gone up to 1,700 because of a subjective personal touch, which I really like. It's a pressure moment, the final. I think we do need to show some of the highest level stuff. This wasn't the highest level from Wing, so I am critical about the beat, a somewhat easier beat. The artistry strong though. You know, I have to say that he has a threshold cap. I love it. Let's talk about that. He puts a cap of 70% on himself. He doesn't allow himself to go past what is considered 70% of his maximum skill on stage in the battle. That seems counterintuitive, right? Because you need to show 100%. Well, yes, your critique in this description is valid. I agree. I do think Wing gets a higher chance of winning a battle if he raises that threshold. But he places that threshold there as one element of his style. Is I will not go over the complicated barrier because I want to be in mastery control and allow the beats to be a little bit more digestible to the non-beatboxer's ear as well. So the bar is there. and he will not pass it. He will not pass it. And yes, I believe he didn't pass it in the round 2 against Blackroll. I mean, is complicated, but it's in maybe the 70s. If I freestyled with Wing, or I heard him beatbox, I promise he could show me more complicated things than he's showing on the stage. He's amazing. He is. He's great. But again, that is around maybe his 70s, that last one. And this one is down at the 40s. This is a lower skill one. It's controversial. It's good and bad from a judge perspective. If I take away, I'm not a judge anymore and I get to be you guys who are just enjoying, I love this. Wing is one of my favorite beatboxers. And I just love his round. I could re-listen to that. There's nothing about it that sounds whack. Minus the vibration bass being tough to come out. God, this is yap. Round 1 of PACMAX. Let's hear it. Will he counter that? I don't remember. Let's see.
Time!
No.
You don't belong here.
He's going down the same lane as Wing. Lower skill. More about control.
I'm gonna take your place as the winner.
Wow.
You did it already. Don't try to counter this. I countered this.
All right. I wanted to hear that transition there. All right. Okay. I'm live. I'm online to the world. That is a very exposing position. Wing, I love you to bits, mate. PACMAX, I love you to bits, mate. Honestly, guys, I chatted to them a few times, but I want to chat to them more. I love them both. And their beatbox is fantastic. So I'm going to be a little bit unfiltered in this one. I will. I'm going to be unfiltered here. Round 1. Okay, let's observe PACMAX's. He's trying an authentic, more spacious round, and that's smart because he appreciates that he needs to show a new element in his whole story of the event. Take off the gas, go slower. It's not as authentic as Wing. Something the video is not showing you as much is that PACMAX is louder, and loudness matters. I'm sorry, I'll die on that hill. When you're there live, you know what I mean. It's not the be all and end all, but it really does matter more than you might think. Okay, so Wing's this loud, PACMAX is this loud. That enough is a giving some points to PACMAX. And for that gap of the dynamic quality live, no, the dynamic volume live, for that gap is also the gap between what I prefer. So how they sounded on the mic, Wing, PACMAX. How much did I like the round? Wing, PACMAX. So now we're here. I was thinking Wing at round 1 here. But then PACMAX, the end of his round, went from, Wing, PACMAX, it went from that to that. So now I'm like this. Okay. I need round 2. There ain't much. I'm sorry. This is where I'm going to be more unfiltered. There ain't too much info from the 2 in this round 1. It's like, okay, here's a little bit of me. Here's what I consider a bit lesser rounds from the both compared to what they've shown in the comp so far. Notice when I was doing all of this, we're here. Look at my eye line, my nose line. We're not up here. Okay? So being honest with the heart, honest Daniel, this ain't the highest level for me. I'm here. We're at a middle level. And this doing that, you've done this. He takes the mic and goes, I counter this. Yeah, I love the versatility from Wing, and that's what I crave from these guys. But this is this is being really rash. I know that. This is not the most professional thing, but it's just all right. It's just that. Like, I'm not that convinced by this so far. I need round 2s. What have you got for me? This is the final. One of you's about to win and be the champion of this planet on GBB. What can you show me now? Because after round 1, I'm basically voiding the rounds. I need round 2. Obviously, I'm obviously thinking of things. I'm thinking of the filter and this thing that PACMAX quickly did there, and this more intellectual drop at the final. And I'm also thinking about Wing's drum placements and the fact that he sounds so clean with the throat bass and singing with it. I do think of these little things, but the information is not informationing to a maximum level. I definitely need round 2. If I had to judge off round 1, I'd be really pissed off. I wouldn't want to. I need round 2, and that's where we're going to continue now. We've just heard the counter from Wing. Okay. Back to it. Oh. Woo! That's cool. Ooh. Mad. I love that. Just keep it going. That's so sick.
Finish it.
What?
And that's time.
Let's talk about it. That is crazy from Wing. So it's the same beat as the last battle, but it's like 1.5 plus times faster. There it is, like that. It's so hard. All right. So we have heard the trick, but it's new. It's a new one. To me, I consider it new. Yes, the combo's the same, but it's in a new light. It's like speedy and quick. But no. All right. So this one comes down to one factor, quite a bit. I will be honest. So the round, smooth, controlled, everything we love from Wing once more. However, when the vibration hits, it's still not very loud on this system in this moment. And that applies to King Inertia, who is one of the world's best at that sound, and he didn't pass eliminations. And that goes to say a lot. Some sound systems and some context venues, I've heard the vibration bass pierce through the entire system, and it's unbelievable. Now, I must also admit, that Wing is a little bit unfortunate, furtherly, because this and this, these power sounds. I have a drums theory. Maybe one day I'll release some of my philosophies and theories, and if I do, consider thinking about looking at it. This is what I refer to as level 3. These sounds in a drum theory, and these are great, and they are normally very great. A flat top cardioid microphone, dynamic mic, can pick up those frequencies a little bit better than the SM58 model with a curved top. Getting nerdy, but it's not just that, it's also how the sound is tuned, how the venue is, and limiters, compressors, and low end frequencies. All this stuff is context. Now, Wing was banking on some of the power sounds being really good on the microphone, particularly these 3. And I can't do vibration bass, but this sound, these 3 sounds, all 3 of these sounds did not come out very great. Not just from Wing, but from everybody. There was a from PACMAX and the thing from Blackroll similarly that did come out very well. And that might just be because it's there louder and it's louder. So Wing is coming through at about 60% of the maximum power in this moment. He's still in control. And I'll tell you one thing I admire about what Wing is doing. Even the crowd not responding to the big drop, I look at his eyes. I look at his manner. And I have to commend Wing for staying focused and being professional and elite, because he didn't let a lack of response damage his potential and damage his delivery. He actually got better through the round. Wing, that is so gangster yet again. He did get better and better. You can be demoralized by the drops not hitting. It really can hit you like that when you beatbox. I think that was really sick. I think the round got better and better and better. And if the vibration bass was slightly cleaner, but also it came through the system more, we'd have a drop that people might respond to and react and move to. Yeah. So then the counter comes, and I'm going to have to bring this one back. Sorry, editing. I'm going to bring this back now. 15 seconds. I want to hear Wing going into PACMAX and talk about that.
And that's time.
Okay, this was a little bit of a destruction. The video is kind of doing it justice, but not ultimately. The difference in volume was big. This was a powerful combination from Wing. But when PACMAX went this was a total and utter successful counter. This was moment defining. This was a defining moment of the entire battle for me. Definitely. When this happened, I went, yeah. You cannot disregard someone's entire round and potentially their best bit, take the mic and do that and outshine it. My philosophy is be spontaneous, battle, and show that you're better. All 3 things are ticked in this moment from PACMAX. This was a great counter and a highlight point. Massive highlight point. I will talk more, I guess, but let's hear round 2 from PACMAX, the last round. Straight in. Nice tempo as well.
Need some dopamine?
It is dopamine.
Dopamine detox now.
Dopamine? Wing is pissed.
Dopamine detox likes.
sometimes, kind of.
Got the dopamine detox for you.
All right. Good job done. Let's talk about this PACMAX round 2. Okay, so he's doing the dopamine thing. Now, it's not particularly better. It's not really particularly worse. It's his way of answering it. Wing didn't do that set against PACMAX, but Wing has just done that set. Wing is an MVP of this whole event because it's all themed around him. People are doing dopamine here, dopamine there, here, there, everywhere. Here a little dopamine, there, everywhere. Old Wing Donald had a dopamine. All right, yeah. And then this one kind of feels like you need about 20 things, 20 criterias, and then you hand each one out to the person. For example, artistry, Wing. Power, PACMAX. Variety, PACMAX. Style, Wing. Clarity, Wing. Even though the vibration bass was not coming out so much. Skill, PACMAX. All right, so okay. This is a awkward. I wonder if we can all admit that there's something a little awkward about this, because one artist is right at the top of being serious. Like, my sounds matter, my set is quality, and everything is about the perfect take and again the word artistry. The other beatboxer at the top of the spontaneous, playful side. Now that can make for a great clash in some contexts. For some reason in this one it just felt something just a little bit awkward. So you've got a really serious artist and you've got a gimmicky approach. Not always though, because PACMAX round 1, he was trying to deliver a bit more of an artistic style, which he did a decent job of. But there's a bit of a gimmick, you know, it's like he's memeing a bit. Not really, but he's doing a bit of a gimmick, like the detox of dopamine. But that is so sick. That is actually a really, really nice flow, and it's showing one more angle of variety. Anyway, I've shown you all the criterias and who goes to what. Who feels like the MVP of the night? Wing. Who won the crowd? PACMAX. Who won the battle for me? PACMAX. Now, I will say, this decision was one of 2 decisions in the whole competition that had me thinking. Wing versus Den had me thinking. I had to think for a bit. It was not an easy decision. This one also was not an easy decision. I have to say, credit to Wing for being better in some of the most important categories for me. Authenticity, artistry, control. But I really have to tell you something. Wing is the better sounding beatboxer in video across the GBB of all the solo participants. But if I had to judge this battle on video, I would definitely go for PACMAX. That felt even more convincing in video, which really doesn't make any sense to me, because the factors of PACMAX winning for me are the off video, the non-post, like the volume live and the energy he's got in the room. Somehow it encapsulated it in the video. I'm very, very comfortable with my decision, that being quite a hard one. I was struggling for a second. I was thinking, there's just something more refined about Wing the whole way. He's also felt like the MVP of the night. That's what I will say. Despite Wing not getting my vote, he definitely felt like the momentum guy of the whole thing. Let's say the main character of this. However, this is a clash in context. It'd be bad of me to judge it based off of the entire thing, really, even though that can play in my head a bit. This is PACMAX versus Wing, And the winner of this battle is PACMAX for me. Crucially, everyone has their own opinion, but PACMAX had a considerably larger gap of skill, a much bigger gap of power. He had the energy of the battle. He had the crowd. He had the versatility. I mean, so did Wing, but the counter levels were very different. Like, one was the and the other one was a full-blown attack, like missiles and stuff. Yeah. So it's awkward because it's a gimmicky approach, and I don't like that. But if it was who makes better music or who makes a more refined set, Beatbox Battle 2025, Wing will win that. But at the end of it, it is a clash. It's a battle. They're competing against each other. And PACMAX shown me things in this battle particularly that make him the righteous, deserved, and honourable winner of the final. Now, let's get to the result. And I will admit to you that this final was a 3-2 split decision. That is nail biting. That's how River's feeling.
I don't even have analysts right here.
That's their final. Okay, I will also say, from an observation of potential, this wasn't the most high caliber final that I've seen, and it wasn't the best version of those two. But PACMAX round 2 was quite close to some of his best stuff, and PACMAX round 2 is the reason for my vote to PACMAX. And this is really tough because Wing does a speech here. I won't watch it, but Wing does a speech here that's very tough, and I go and console him because he ends up getting emotional in it. And the whole world, our hearts wanted to see Wing win that because of what he does for the community and how much he's just been on top and killing it. So it was very tough to watch. But at the same time, you have to give credit and realize that the person that he is against, just as much as Wing, deserves to win it all, and that was PACMAX. He is so deserved of it. He had a job, come to Japan, take on every opponent. He made a detox of dopamine. He thought about it. He didn't just half-arse this. He turned up, he took on some of the MVP elimination ranking people and rolled them. He turned up and did the job, man. PACMAX is a killer. He is an S-tier battler. He is a top world level beatboxer for my eyes, a top 10er. Like, this guy is a serious beatbox battler. Despite the gimmicks and the plays. Now let's go and see how this went out.
Go and give me. I thought wearing a stage jacket.
That is definitely an extremely shit moment to be in. Oh man.
If you are watching, shoutouts to Jallard. Big shoutouts to you, my friend. I can't wait to see you back.
Give
it up for Jallard, everybody.
For the next 30 seconds.
Right here. 2025 in the solo division. Will it be Wing or will it be here in Tokyo?
Okay, here's the decision.
Give it up for PACMAX!
It's mental to see this. Congrats, man. Mental. So many emotions on one screen.
Also,
man,
please
Wing is
give a huge round of applause
Wing
to
is
this
a frickin'
gentleman right
legend,
here,
man.
smashing it. Make some noise for Wing!
All right, they go on to do speeches. I'm not going to look into that. This is a long video already. I've tried to explain my rationale. I'm trying to be as more clear as possible because I appreciate how important the role of one of the 5 judges in this biggest moment is. So I take on the responsibility of trying to be honest with you to the maximum. Could Wing have won this? Well, yes, obviously. If Wing had his round 2 from the semi-final, he would have won this. But he also needed that round 2 to get through Blackwell, really. And I think that was a smart move from Wing. Potentially, that could have been Wing's final play, that big round. I think maybe Wing knew that was his best round, the semi-final round 2. And I think he made a smart play doing it against Blackroll to get to the final and then use the other sets left to determine whether we can get that win or not. Unfortunately, it came second in this battle. I'm more convinced of my decision to PACMAX in video format than I am in live format, which goes against all of the philosophies because PACMAX sounded better on a dynamic scale live. But not just only like... He wasn't just better because he was louder, because there is an argument. There is. Wing was quieter, which lost some energy in the room, but he was cleaner. Like, the sounds are more prominent. They're more polished. Ah, I love it! I finally found the word I needed. Wing is the polished sounding beatboxer. It's been polished. I haven't polished anything in oh my god, the last time I polished stuff was brass ornaments in the bungalow at my grandparents' house about 20 years ago. But Wing is a very well polished ornament. His sounds are all so well delivered, polished, refined, and that factor alone made this close. But I can't kid myself. The beatboxing of PACMAX was better in a battle for round 2. Wing's round 2 was... Actually, Wing's round 1 and 2 were quite close for me. And PACMAX's round 1 was it wasn't as good as Wing's round 2 then, to be fair, but the best round was PACMAX's round 2 for me. On the objective measure of skill and variety. That's what I'll say. Man. Wing's a mega beast, man. And he's a beatbox superstar right now. And that's commendable. And also, sorry, hold on a sec. Just shut up and hold on a sec. So is coming second in GBB. Can we just, for a second, can we just appreciate that? Like, he knocked out Blackroll. And Kaji was knocked out on the other side of the bracket. Not to forget the likes of Napalm and other champions already. Only 2 get to the final. To come second is highly commendable. It's not what you want when you make the final, right? But second place obviously shows how good you are. And for that, we have to commend Wing. That is not an easy thing to do, come second, you know? Yes, it's not the win that he probably really wanted there, but... it's definitely validation of his artistry. He'd turn up and did that with quite low skill. He did it with so much artistry and polished sounds. That's beastly. And PACMAX, man, he was a killer. PACMAX is the champion right now. Very deserved. Immense stuff from the both of them. It's hard to show up to the end. I can feel an element of fatigue from the both of them. It's quite a tiring process. It really is. And also, hold on. I've been there too with them. They've both just done the tag teams as well. They've both just been doing the tag team battles, so they're even more fatigued. I've done that every time as well. And that's an extra element of fatigue. You have to perform maximum. Like, you don't get it. It's 90 full seconds twice per battle. 90 full energy, running off adrenaline, and you don't realize how much you're pushing your human body. And by the time they've got to make the final, it's kind of like a come down. And everyone's already heard all the beatbox, and you're expected to what? Show the best thing ever. You know what? I'm going to revoke one of the things I said about the final level. The level of a final is never the biggest thing ever because of these things. They actually really did kill it. I have to tell you, Wing, PACMAX, you did smash it. That is not easy to do, and you both turn right up for that final. So that's a safe to both of them, and big up to everyone involved. Pech and Kata, Ballsy, River, and Trung Bao, my compadres on the judge panel with myself. Big up to you guys. This was not easy. It never is. Big up to the whole team and everyone of all of it. Inky on the sound, by the way. Fair play. PACMAX involved with the team of editing the GBB stuff and the Swiss Beatbox stuff. I believe still. So he's already working overtime. Nobody, honestly, it's hard to say that anyone deserves it more than PACMAX. He came to... Listen, how did PACMAX get into this comp? He didn't win the wild card. He got close. He didn't win the Florida battle. Actually, he lost the final to Blackroll. So Blackroll qualified. PACMAX's last resort to get in this competition was to fly to Japan to compete in Beat City, where he was one of 4 eliminations, and only one of those 4 eliminations actually made it to the battle, and that happened to be him. And then he went on to win it. So he went to Japan. That ain't no joke, man. That's 24 hours travel both ways from Europe in total, double that then. He went and did that all just to get in, to then go back and do it all over again, but this time for GBB. PACMAX, mate. Legend. Fair play. And that's that. Just like that, everyone. Solo GBB is complete. Let's see what is the next category and see if I want to check it out on video. Let's see what we've all got next. Let's all be inspired by it. Let's hope that those battlers are inspired now going forward. Let's hope that you are viewing, you are inspired. I appreciate you joining me in my video commentaries. As ever, my life is very saturated to watching talent now when it comes to the GBB moments, that I do feel a little bit deprived of my artistry. So I might need to buckle in and show you what I'm made of and show you what I have to offer when it comes to beatbox and music. So I'll see you later, everyone. I appreciate you so much. Goodbye.